The next thing I would like to discuss regarding manifesting our ideas, and this is something that you can prove just as the video previous to this. I am talking about circumstances and actions and behaviors that you can prove. Because you can try them and then you can see that either they work or that they don't work. Also, you could read about these same behaviors and methods in psychological manuscripts that discuss the best way to achieve your goals. So in this sense, it's very down to earth. It's very provable, and so this as well is. And so what I would like to discuss now is when you get to the next level, where you really start to believe in the goals that you have and you believe that you can attain them. What happens is you start to look for evidence in the world for that path, for that door that can open or will open, that leads you to the finish line, to your success in whatever it is that you are engaging in. And when you have this mentality that you are looking for that which you want to create, what you find is that you are more aware and more sensitive to every situation that may be an opening for you to enter into and pursue even further this thing that you are trying to create. Now, here's an example. Let's say you are in a coffee shop. Better yet, let's say I'm in a coffee shop with a friend of mine, and a gentleman sitting at the table next to us greets us, and he has an English accent. Let's say me and my friend are both writers. I am a writer, and let's say she is as well. And here is my friend not seizing an opportunity to further her goals and aspirations when it comes to writing. She may say to the gentleman, "Oh, I hear from your accent you're from England. Is that right?" And he may say, "Oh, yes, I am from England." And then she may pursue that conversation even further, saying that she visited there at some point, and on and on and on. Now, because I am always looking for a connection, I am always looking for a door to open, I am always expecting that I am going to meet the right person at the right time that will be able to further my dream and make it more concretized in this world. My conversation may go a little differently, and I may say, I have noticed that in England it seems to be a tradition that many people pursue theater. They go to college and they study acting, and the theater in England seems to be a very enormous cultural experience. And then he may go on to respond to that. And then my next comment might be, because I am writing this book about the second Renaissance, a second Renaissance, and it takes place on a mythical island somewhere in the Mediterranean, and it's about the celebration of art and the viewing of God in the sense of a goddess who creates life. And so creation now becomes something that is completely celebrated and looked upon as a aspect of spirituality. And I've always loved Kenneth Branagh, and I was just wondering, do you know him, or do you know someone that knows him? Are you involved in the arts? And my main character, whose name is Dario, is this very flamboyant, creative genius of a writer. And I was thinking, oh my God, I think that Benedict Cumberbatch would be wonderful in this role. Do you have any ties to the art world? Do you have any ties to the film industry? Do you have any ties to theater? And so what am I doing? I am looking always for an opportunity to fertilize a moment or impregnate a moment, hoping it will fertilize. And so when we begin to start believing that we are creators and that this is our whole purpose here, we seize every moment that we can to impregnate it, hopefully, with our dream. And you just never know who it is that you're going to meet that might have a connection that is needed to further your puzzle of creation. And so that is another tool of manifesting. When you get to the place where you believe that you can do it and that you are so sensitive and you are so aware that every moment could be something that was meant for you, and then you begin to use your life very, very differently, and you begin to live your life very differently. You begin to live your life in a manner that is incredibly creative, filled with wonder and surprise, and it becomes something that is really joyful. And so these are things that you can read about. It's very down to earth. But after this, what I would like to discuss is something that is not very down to earth. It is the aspect of manifesting that includes and embraces and uses our spiritual nature.